I'm down at Pantai Duyung today, and I've got a few things to do. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I need to nick up to the bank to get a couple of those e-money cards. So stick around to the end of the video to see how I go about that, if I can actually get them. I'm gonna get a bite to eat somewhere, have a look along the beachfront path, which had a few problems overnight, and we'll check those out. Let's get stuck in. First thing I'd just like to say is how fantastic the beach is looking down here at Pantai Duyung, right in front of La Playa, which is up there. It just looks absolutely fantastic. We're in the wet season now, and the weather's just been really, really good. We've had the odd storm every now and then, but the weather has just been fantastic. But last night, what happened was, because it's full moon, or the night before was full moon, last night we had a pretty big tide, a really big tide, and you can see up there, the beachfront path in lots of areas got buried under sand. And not just a little bit, not just like a coating, a really large, thick, deep layer of sand as well, which is really interesting. It does happen from time to time here, I've noticed, but this particular one was quite bad. And up near the Hyatt here, where I haven't really seen it affected too much, it was really bad. Like, they've cleaned it up now. It's taken them a few hours. They had to shovel out all this sand, and you can see there's a big mound up here now. I think it all came along through there. This is the main section that was sort of affected. But it does look, I mean, it looks beautiful out there, doesn't it? That beach now. One of the things that did bring in was a lot of like little bits of sticks and branches and twigs and so forth. But what that means is that the beach looks really clean now. Sometimes when you have a high tide, it'll just bring up all those bits and pieces onto the sand, and it just looks, you have this sort of like a black line along the foreshore there. But because the high tide was so big this time and it swept all of that inland, the beach looks really, really good now, like really clean and really beautiful. I actually don't come out a lot during the middle of the day because it's too hot. I don't sort of like to pound the pavement too much. I am today because I've got a few things to do, but I'm just noticing, like here in front of the Hyatt, so many people using these sun lounges. It's incredible how busy it is. I didn't realize how many of these sun lounges actually get used. But again, just look at that. I mean, it's just incredible. That just looks so good. You see how that down here, there's not really a line of rubbish sort of where the high tide's been. It just looks so clean and pristine. It's one of the best I've ever seen the beach, actually. It just looks so good. The other thing at the moment is that the air is so clear. There's hardly any pollution in the air and hardly any of that haze that you sometimes get. That Nusa Penida is just crystal clear off in the distance over there. Gunung Agung, you can't really see it because it's covered in clouds, which is pretty normal in the afternoon. That is pretty normal for that thing to get covered in clouds. But this morning when I was running, crystal clear, and you could see so many kilometers up the coast, really, really far. So this morning I actually ran along the whole length of the path, so I've got a pretty good idea of where that high tide really wreaked the most havoc. As usual, most of the havoc was caused down at Pantai Mertasari, very southern end of town. That was really badly affected. It always is. It gets, even when there's like a moderately high tide, it sometimes gets it over the footpath, but this time it flooded right into the car park behind the beach as well, and there's deep sand everywhere. There are a few other places, like at the Genius Cafe, they got really high tide as well. So it really sort of hit quite hard down there. Up here, sort of north of the Hyatt, not really a big drama. It just seems to be, perhaps the path is a little bit more built up here. The other thing is, because they have a lot of staff on hand here, they seem to be able to clean it up very quickly. The other place that did get done a little bit was around Pantai Karang, and because it usually happens in front of a few private villas, and they don't really sort of clean it up, it just, in my experience, that will stay there for a very long time with sand covering the path until someone does something about it. Whereas in front of the hotels, it's in their interest to sort of get that cleared pretty quickly. So the Hyatt and so forth will do a really quick job getting it out of the way, and you wouldn't even know sometimes. By the time you wake up, it's already done and dusted. I put a short video up, a vertical video that you may or may not have seen. I think yesterday, by the time you see this, it might be a couple of days ago, showing you what actually happened. And one of my members, Vingun, a guy from WA, he wanted to know whether there was any sort of damage around Andas, which I've just passed, and around here, Warung Pantai Indah, which is this place here, and there's nothing. You don't see any issue at all around here at all. Next up, we have the Penida View Hotel, which is an old classic hotel, which is beachfront, and then after that, you've got the Maya Hotel. So this is Penida View. And as you can see, I don't know if it actually got affected during the day. I don't think it did because it's actually quite high up. And although there is a bit of sand on the path here, yeah, there's quite a lot of sand along the path here. So it might have actually come this high. Yeah, I think it did. I think it did. It's just perhaps not really bad. Also out here in front of the Maya, the sand's quite thick as well. So it must have come up here as well. It's quite astonishing because when you look at the water down there, it's actually hard to believe that it came up this high. Really crazy. So just next to the Maya is what they call Pantai Batu Jimbar. There's a couple of fishermen out there doing their thing. Some over there, there's a guy doing one of those kite surfing arrangements. And then really far out there, close to the waves, I can see another fisherman. And then there's a fast boat going across there. So it's all happening down here. But there aren't too many people swimming. There's a couple of people swimming down there near the boats. But it's a great day for it, honestly. I'm just going to nick up here. This little alleyway. This cuts through to the main street. Now, just 2 months ago, this was all dug up and not really passable on foot. It was so bad. But they've actually done a really good job to get this all sorted out, the drainage sorted out, so that it now can drain from the main street down to the ocean. Like, it's just quite nice. Last night when I was having dinner, I bumped into a couple of people, or Susan bumped into them actually, and they said, "Oh, you're Sanur Diaries, aren't you?" And Susan said, "Oh, well, yeah, we are." And they said that they're the owners of Taqisa. And they knew, they already seen my review of Taqisa, which I was hoping I said a really good thing about, because I do love it. So I went back and watched that video this morning, and I thought, geez, that's a pretty good review. And I started getting hungry. So I thought, I'm just going to go back there now. I'm not going to have a proper meal. I'm just going to have a drink and a taco or something, just a snack. Taqisa is something that I have quite often. I order it online. I'll have the bowls, I'll have the quesadillas, I'll have tacos from there. I really love that food. And if you haven't been there and you don't know what it's like, I will leave a link to that review in the description below, if I remember, but I should do. If not, you can probably search for it, because it's just a wonderful restaurant. Mexican food. If you don't know Mexican food, this is a really easy entry point to get into Mexican food. It's very fresh, and you can get meat in there. There's veggies in there. There's like lots of tomato in there. You can put a bit of spice in there if you want. They'll give you extra. It's just so flavoursome. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go back there again, because I haven't actually been into the restaurant for a little while now. So I'll just go down there and have a bit of a drink and a bite to eat. So this is Taqisa. Look at it, it's pretty cool, eh? The good thing about this place is that you can come in for just a snack if you want as well, because they've got tacos by the piece. You can just come in and get one taco and a drink and sort of be on your way. This is what I'm sort of doing at the moment. I'm not having a big lunch, I'm just having one taco and one drink, and then I'm going to go. Whereas if you're coming here for lunch or dinner, like a proper meal, you can just have the full spread. So it's really nice to be able to have, you know, a different size meal based on how you're feeling. You don't just have to go and get a really big dish. And that taco I'm getting is only 27,000. So here's my big horchata. It's huge, like there's a massive big glass of it. It's like a rice milk drink with cinnamon and vanilla in there. I know when I had it last time, I absolutely loved it. I reckon I'm gonna love it this time as well. It's thicker than I remember it as well. It's so good. I highly recommend just coming just that drink. Like, it's icy cold, 45,000, a beautiful drink. Something a little bit different here in Sanur, and something I think worth coming out of your way for. Really, it's so good. Okay, so here's the taco. I only got one. As you can see there, they give you a few little cucumber bits with chili on it, a bit of lime, and then that's the taco there. I got the chorizo one. So it's basically just the inside of a chorizo sausage. It's slightly spicy, a bit of, it looks like guacamole on top. Pretty much the same as, I think I had this same one in like the review video I did like nearly 2 years ago. They pack it full like that. And I just know it tastes so good. I just love it. So I'm going to do it right now. They've got other options, like they've got beef, they've got a shredded pork, they've got like fried fish as well, which is amazing. They do a different sauce on that. They do like a, well, my mouth is watering. They do like an aioli or something. All right, let's go. Unreal. It's actually, for me, even better than what the average one in Mexico is. Like, the flavour is a similar flavour to Mexico, but it's just the standard is higher, the quality's better. It's just amazing. Seriously, like, it's not just because I just met the owner that I'm saying this. It's one of my favourite foods in Sanur. It really is. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm hungry or not. And I know when you're hungry, like, some things taste better, but this is tasting like even better than what I remember. Okay, so the total was 83,100. Big drink and a taco there. I'm going to continue walking up towards the icon now. I just noticed a guy over here jackhammering the footpath, and jackhammering a section that's already been done, so he had to jackhammer up all the tiles, which is a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? Because the footpath's pretty bad at the moment. I'm heading up past the Parigata Hotel towards the beach at Batu Jimbar, and then I'm going to turn left, head north all the way up to the Icon Mall. Much quicker doing that when the footpath is out of action like it is at the moment. Hopefully that's finished soon. Hopefully. It's got to be done before Christmas, hasn't it? So I'm nearly at the end of the footpath now, and what you have at the end is a place called Kopan, and it actually stands for Kopi Pantai. A good little spot to stop for a coffee if you're having a walk along the beachfront path, because that is the beachfront path just there. You know, this is the place. So if you're coming along here, beautiful place to stop. Nice shady spot, I'll show you. Like, look at that, right in the shade there, beautiful. And then that's your view onto the beach. This section I'm going along here is generally fairly dead, because there's a few private villas along here which sort of take away any of the commercial activity. And at night, it's extremely dark along here. It doesn't mean it's unsafe, it's just dark. So this next section here is that section between Pantai Batu Jimbar and Pantai Karang. And this is the one that often gets a bit of water on it anyway at a high tide, like just normal high tide will get water in some parts of this area. And obviously if there's a really big high tide, it starts to do this. This is what sort of happens. You get the sand building up quite a lot, and to the point where it's difficult to navigate with wheeled vehicles, like, you know, if you've got a pram or a bike or whatever. It gets a bit of a pain to get through here because it's quite deep. And this particular section always has sand on it because it always gets done by the large tides. And at the moment, I mean, it's just even deeper now. I don't know how far you have to dig to get to the path. Oh, there's a little bit of the path there, but you know, it's quite deep in some places. You can see all the junk that got washed up. There's a bit of plastic in there, but most of that's things like old sticks. There's bits of styrofoam in there. There's rocks. There's heaps of coral. Like, it's just washed up a whole heap of junk from out in the ocean, which is just a little bit odd. I mean, that pile there is just a pile of sticks mainly. I don't know where all that's come from. Down the rivers, I suppose. When I came down to the beach this morning, the tide was extremely low. Lower than I've probably ever seen it. It was just so low, and you could walk all the way out to the reef easily without any water at all. I know that does happen, you know, at the opposite end of a high tide. You sometimes have a very low tide as well. But are they related? Like, if you have a really high tide because it's full moon, do you then have a really low tide? I think you probably do, don't you? That would make sense, that someone else is having a high tide somewhere else in the world and we're having a really low tide. This is Pantai Karang, really beautiful, beautiful beach with that little coral temple there. This is where they'll do yoga in the morning at 7:30 in the morning, do their little things. Someone very artistic is decorating it beautifully down here. And you have a little, sort of a fisherman's cooperative that sort of hang out there most of the day doing their thing. I think most of them are operating little businesses nowadays as well, like bike rental businesses or kayaks or taking people on little boat trips, that sort of thing. Over the back there, you can see a little rubbish pile burning. Next to that, that's where they'll do the cremations. So cremations here in Sanur happen quite often down there. They don't happen all the time, but they happen often enough that if you're walking up and down this path a lot, you'll see one for sure. They happen more often, I think, on weekends. That's what it feels like to me. Like, it feels like on a Saturday you're more likely to see one than another day, but I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it feels like. It's a pretty cool cultural experience to see that going on. A really nice to go on rent a lounge chair is around Laghawa Hotel on Pantai Karang. There's heaps of little sections where you can go and rent a little lounge chair like that, and usually order a bit of food from some of the local places that are around here as well. Nice little spot actually, very popular right now. I'm not going to film people while they're in the lounge chair, but you get the general idea that it is very, very popular. We're making decent progress up the path here now. We're coming up to the Nelayan little cafe there under the trees. Beautiful little spot. There isn't really much between Pantai Karang and the next hotel in terms of cafes and stuff, but this is one of them. Relatively popular, I guess. Sometimes it seems a bit quiet, but at the moment it's sort of half full. But just a really nice part of the beachfront path because there's so much treed areas. Like you've got that temple there, and then you've got all these big trees, and then you're up, then like the next hotel's Villa Shanti, and then obviously you're into the Gria Santrian after that. But it's just a nice part of the world. Actually, I might go out there onto that little point over there. I've never been onto this one. I don't think, might have done once before. But let's have a look out here anyway, see what's going on out here. Well, that's it. It is quite beautiful. Yeah, that's the beach down that way. That's to the north. Looking over in the distance there, you can see that old Grand Inner Hotel. Now I think they call it Sanur Beach Hotel or something like that. And then obviously that's to the south. And it just looks so inviting, that water, but it is quite warm at the moment. But interestingly, there's pretty strong breeze, which just takes the edge off that really hot temperature that we've got at the moment. Looks quite nice. We'll keep going. I'm not that far actually from the Icon Mall, which is where I'm planning to get those e-money cards from the BNI bank, so we'll see how we go. When I look back at old videos and old photos of a place like Kuta, there are just so many trees lining that beach, and I don't think there's that many anymore. And I think that's one of the things that we sort of take for granted a little bit, is how treed some of these areas are. I think it's absolutely wonderful. As we come past the Villa Shanti Hotel and come into the Gria Santrian Hotel, I'm just noticing that it's really quiet along this beachfront path. I think it's a fairly low season at the moment. Like, it's November, so in November you'd expect a few less people, fewer people. And that's certainly the case, especially in the middle of the day. Everyone's sort of like either chilling out on a sun lounge or back in their room or having a bite to eat somewhere. They're not on the beachfront path like I am, pounding the pavement. Literally 60 seconds ago I was saying how hot it is and how bright and sunny it is. And now, all of a sudden, like just really quickly, a huge, big dark cloud sort of hovering overhead. I'm just wondering if I might get done by a storm here. I hope I don't. I should be okay, but you never know. Sometimes it just comes out of nowhere and you get wet, but it's not like, if you get wet, it's not a big deal, is it? Like you want to cool off anyway. As we come up past the gazebo, we get to this old construction site. There used to be a beach club, and now what they're doing, they're turning it into another beach club. And it sort of seems to be getting quite a fair way along, because they no longer have the big fence up. All this area seems to have got some bamboo shacks in there, and it's going to be called Sundari Beach Resort, or if you say it with an Aussie accent, Sundari. That's what it sort of looks like. I don't know how that's going to go. It's going to be interesting to know how a beach club actually fares here, and if it draws a different clientele, or how that's actually going to sort of pan out. Be very interesting to see, to be honest. So as we get closer to the BNI bank where I'll buy those e-money cards, I'll just go over the basic principle of these cards. They are cards, electronic cash cards, that are used for a few different purposes, a few different key purposes. One of them is to use the toll roads. So if you don't use toll roads, probably not that useful. Another one is to use buses. Another one is to use the shuttle buses. And then there are some parking places you can also use them as well. For most visitors to Sanur, the most useful purpose for those cards is going to be using the shuttle bus up and down the main road, 5,000 when you tap your card, or getting on the bus to, for example, Ubud or Kuta or Denpasar, where it only costs 4,400 for one trip. So I'll get one of those cards. They are quite difficult to get. You can get lucky sometimes and get them from an Indoor Mart or Alpha Mart, but generally it's quite difficult to get them. And the only place that I've heard reliably has them is the BNI here in the Icon. So that's where we're going right now. So let's see what we can do. Someone just spotted me from the second story and shouted out, so I'm going to see who it is. I might know them, might not, we'll see. I couldn't really see from that far away, so they spotted me. So let's see, they're in this little chocolate place. Here we go. All right, what's your name?
I'm Rob.
G'day Rob, how are you going?
I'm really good, thanks mate.
Where are you from?
We're from the Goldie.
Are ya?
Yeah.
I'm Kavina.
Nice to meet you. Kavina, is it?
Kavina.
Like Lavina.
Yeah,
That's what we
Like-
tell all the Balinese.
Oh, I know.
Like Lavina but with a K.
Well, that's good. That's a really good way of saying it, isn't it? If you're especially in Bali, you don't mind being on camera, do you?
We don't mind, mate. No, not at all.
Too bad if you did, because you're already on.
Exactly right. Do you want a coffee?
No. Just swinging through. I'm on my way to buy some e-money cards from the bank down there.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I've got to pick up a couple of those. I've actually never got them from that place before, so just going to see how it works. Just to film it for the channel and make sure people know how the e-money cards work.
Mate, we love your videos.
Thank
We've
you.
been watching them for ages.
Thank you.
They've helped a lot.
Have they?
Yeah, just this trip, it really did. Yeah.
Really, yeah. So
We've
you
wrote a few things down for us as well, so yeah.
are you going through them and then writing down some stuff, or?
We write down words.
Yeah,
We write
yeah.
down things that help.
Learning the language as
Wow,
well.
that's good, isn't it? Wow, yeah, that's good. Or I'm going to give you a test. What's the word for? Okay, shop house.
Chop house.
Shop house.
House.
This is a test to see if you've watched my videos or not.
No.
Oh, now you've got us. Shop
Yeah,
house.
no.
Nah, it's ruko. Ruko. Yeah.
We've learned today Banas.
Oh yeah, panas.
And kabus, which is Balinese for the same thing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So that's something I'm not very good at. Is my Balinese is hopeless. I've only got a few words.
Yeah.
Indonesian is okay.
Yeah.
It's hard because if you go to different places in Indonesia, they've got different languages. So where I lived for 12 years in West Java, totally different language. Like it's not like Indonesian, not like Balinese.
Yeah.
So then if you move like a few hundred kilometres away, it's another language, and it's hard. So you just pick one.
Yeah.
Like if you start trying to learn Balinese and Indonesian at the same time,
I
that's
can
going to be
imagine.
hard.
I can
Especially because you can come up against or you can meet people who you think are Balinese, but they're not Balinese.
No.
They've got no idea what you're talking about.
That's right. We did the Panastan stairs.
Oh, did ya?
Yeah, it was great.
It's
That
up,
was
up there. It's
fantastic.
great, isn't it? It's not too busy. Like it's
No.
weird, isn't it?
It
You
was
get out
just-
of the hustle and bustle, and it's just peace and quiet. So, so if you didn't hear that, it's Panastana.
On
Yeah.
Adam's video, we went to the Panastan stairs,
Yeah.
and that was well worth it.
Yeah.
And it's not giving away secret spots. There's hardly anybody there.
No. And you know what? I'm not going to gatekeep a place. If I find a place that's nice, I'm going to tell people.
But it's
Like, you know,
Yeah, like
I'm not like one of these surfers out here that's find a good wave. I'm not like that.
Hang on, that's I can't tell you where I go, Adam.
That's right. I don't do that. I mean, the other place around here is the rice fields. I love the rice fields over here. That's probably something to bang on about. Yeah. So I bang on about that a lot. Up in Ubud, some
We're
nice
staying
places.
at Uluwatu too. Just come down for the day.
Oh, have you? Yeah. How are you liking it down there?
It's actually not as busy as we thought it would be.
Okay.
We thought it would be really busy, but
Yeah.
it hasn't been too bad, has it?
No, I think it's been.
And how did you get down here? Car?
We got a driver. We've used it quite a few times over
Yeah.
the years. so-
Oh, it's easy from there as well, isn't it? Straight along that bypass.
Yeah, we just, a bit of traffic, but we sit back and let him drive. But he's a Balinese fella, really good. But yeah, we love staying at Uluwatu. It's really nice.
How often do you come to Bali?
We missed quite a few years because of COVID. But
Yes.
we were here in 22 and then
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But my first trip was 83.
Nice. Hey, look, thanks for being on the channel. Thanks for shouting out to me. Like, this is where they shout. Like, this is their view of me coming through there. How did you spot me?
The hat.
hat.
I said to Colleen, that looks like Adam.
Ah, right.
She goes, it is Adam.
Ah, right.
She's
I
yelled
think the
out.
whole way will look at the sunglasses.
Yeah. It's funny because not everyone, like, I guess other people might see me, but I don't get pulled up too often.
It would have been funnier if you weren't Adam.
Hey, look, I've got to keep going. I've got to get to the bank before it
Nice
closes.
meeting you, mate.
Nice meeting you guys too. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being on the channel.
Yeah, and I hope it goes gangbusters for you. Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
Thanks. If you've never been inside the Icon, this is sort of what it's like. Pretty much like any mall in the world, except it's very modern because it's brand new. That's the main thing about it. New mall, feels modern. Got all the international brands there. A lot of good restaurants and cafes. It does suck a lot of customers from all around Sanur into there. It's always quite busy in the Icon Mall. So that's what you'll find when you go in there. It might be quiet on the street, but the Icon's never quiet. So at the far end of the Icon Mall, you have the BNI Bank. Yeah. So here it is here, and we'll see if we can get the card. It's this little office here. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to film in here, but I'll ask. Yeah. Hello. Okay, so I've got my e-money cards. I couldn't film it. They're called Tap Cash, BNI Tap Cash. They sell them at the BNI Bank. Apparently they get stock all the time, but they often get sold out as well. There's a big We Are Bali sign here. And the reason they sell out is because everyone's buying them for this shuttle service. So I was lucky that there was a nice guy that used his own, somehow has to use his own bank account. And they have a little machine on the side which will spit out these cards, but that's for BNI customers. So one of the staff actually had to do it for me, which was very kind of them. But they're so nice there and very helpful. So that is a good place to go if you want these cars. Now they cost $30,000 each. I got 2 of them. They are empty. If you want to fill them up, then you go to the indoor mutter and fill them up. I'm going to put a bit of money on them now, and then my mum can catch the shuttle bus up and down the main road when she gets here. So that's how you get the e-money here in Sanur, and it allows you to go on those shuttle buses and catch the bus up to places like Ubud or Kuta. Hey, thanks for coming along for the ride today. Once again, thank you to all the members who have signed up recently. Each day there's seemingly a new person signing up, and I really appreciate your support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.